Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, how are you doing? My name is True Thai. I live in Thailand. And excuse me, I'm just still a bit tired after last night or this morning. Um, one of the best things about living in Thailand, okay, is something that you never probably understand. And for me, as a Manchester City fan, for instance, is basically what's it called? Waking up in the morning, which you you get up very early over here. But also, for instance, after a Manchester City game, it finishes at 8 o'clock, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. after the L being on. Anyway, so what it is the fact that you sit there and watch, for instance, the videos as they come streaming in, as they get updated and streaming in from the city websites. At the moment, I'm listening to MCF Lads, you know, and another one.
You should have cashed out! Ivan Tony! You should have cashed out!
And yeah, it's wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, basically what happened is the game actually started at 3 a.m. Thai time. For instance, it finished at 5-ish, etc. Then, for instance, LB decided to have his, which I like. He's a good lad, LB. And I decided to watch. I had his uh, what do you call it? His player rating straight after, which he normally does the next day, but he decided to do it today. So, oh, thank you, LB. So, which means I stick around, do his my player ratings, and so yeah. So by the time we actually finished, yeah. So by the time we finished, it was about half 5, and then, for instance, my lady kind of like she's back, back working again today. She lost a job. You sit there moaning about your job in the UK or something, whatever, and what happens is you lose your job over here. That's it. There's none of the 7 days, none of this free strikes and you're out. That's it. You lose your job. That's it. Fine. And then anyway, so and it's basically pure reason because she lost her job because a woman didn't like her, and they liked her over this woman, and this woman wanted her job because she wanted to work where she worked, and simple as that. And that's how she lost her job. Anyway, they've been asked her back, but she's asked back from square one from where she was, which is crazy. And I've been, but there's nothing you can do, And as a Falang foreigner, you're over here, you're basically kind of this. You just got to sit there and why and forget it and whatever. And even though you can't ring up the boss and say, hey, 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 you can't do nothing. I'm kidding you not. If you're going to come into Thailand, you have to think about these things. You really do. About about the culture and everything. And you'll always be an outsider. I live in a Thai area with Thai people. This is a Thai home. And for instance, yeah, absolutely. I only pay very small money for it. That is the reason why I stay here and not on one of those damn stupid dumbass condos where people are paying 50 times more than what I'm paying. And the beach, and that's on the beach, and the beach is just right there. One day I'll show you. Anyway, so I'm not talking about Thailand, I'm talking about the game. Anyway, so here I am, is my review of the game yesterday. And for instance, Manchester's performance, etc. So, again, for instance, I don't go into it, I don't slag off players too much in any way whatsoever. There's a lot of Josh Gold Guardiola chat yesterday, for instance, which I thought was stupid. And sometimes I think some Man City fans, because we're getting used to actually, I'm an old hack, you know, up here, I'll show you in a second, etc. Or up here, I'll show you right now. Okay, right, right. You know who that guy is? Right, that's King. Colin Bell. That's me. Oops, that's me, and that's my brother. Who's now passed on. Okay, right, understand me? Okay, so for instance, and that is me with King Colin. Okay, right. That's a hell of a story behind the back of that, involving a lady who used to ring a bell. Yeah, absolutely. This was me when I came to Thailand. Like how fat I was. I was in Phuket. Okay, I've lost over 100 kilos since I've been here. The sun has had a major whatever. So if you're coming over here, the sun is incredibly strong, etc. And you need to wear a little protection, otherwise you'll end up with this. But I've also lost over 100 kilos, so there you are. So I've not aged well since I've come over here. But anyway, again, so that it's not about me and talking about. Oh my god, that's not good. I don't edit at the moment, basically, guys. Whatever, because basically, come on, with guys or girls, etc. Things of respect. For instance, he looks stupid. So, for instance, I'm not. I'm actually, I'm not really these professional guys. So I do apologise for this. I didn't really swayed. I really wanted to show you guys actually because I'm Manchester born opposite the Etihad Stadium. Okay, living in Thailand, etc. Yeah, I've lived in many, many villages over the world. Anyway, so let's talk about the game. So, right. Okay, so for instance, Brentford have not been going through a great form. We've got a fully fit squad. And for instance, on paper, for instance, it looks like a walkover and a breeze. Now, this is the English Premier League. I've always said this, and you'll hear me this a million times. I will never ever discount or have a really bring down a football team. Apart from Man United, which I can't stand. I've got very good reasons for why I hate them as well. And we've got Manchester reasons, absolutely. Yeah, anything. And what my father told me. Okay. The only thing, basically, he told me, which me and him could communicate. 99.99999% we can communicate on nothing. But on Manchester City, we communicate. Anyway, so for instance, and he, was the one who got me into it, okay, and everything. And I thank you for that. God rest his soul. Anyway, so getting back to the game. So we played against Brentford coming into the fully strength squad. And for instance, and it was, and on paper, after the Liverpool Arsenal game, and Arsenal going around taking photographs of everybody, and Mikel Arteta doing his Klopp routine. For instance, and there was a pressure on Manchester City, and there was a pressure against Brentford, and even though they've had a bad time about it, again, for instance, Ivan Tony plus what's called Frank, etc., the manager, and a half decent team. And they're not in the Premier League because they're just making up the numbers. They're there because they're on a half decent team. Yes, they might be on the road. Yes, blah blah blah, stat blah blah nonsense. You can't discount. You've got to go into every game knowing that. For instance, you've got to play your strong squad. Now, going into the game, etc., we actually found out some news. One was Jack Grealish, and it appears that, for instance, he had a bit of a bust up with Pep Guardiola. Don't know how serious it is. He was on the bench. He never came on. Kovacic, but then Pep doesn't. I think it was the lowest manager to ever change position. For instance, players. Make substitutions of the Premier League. Anyway, but that's typical Pep. Me personally, I brought on John Stones, blah blah blah. Anyway, for instance, but he never did. But also Jack Grealish on the bench, and I heard there was a bit of a bust up with him, and Jack Grealish went home. Don't know how true that is. Don't know what it is. But then again, it's football. These are kids. We don't know. There's a lot of ifs and buts and maybes. It was nothing like you won't probably hear very much about it like what's happened at United. Their shit show down the road. For instance, with this will probably be kind of understand why if it's not about game time or whatever, I don't know. But the thing is, this Manchester City, this is a performing, winning side, etc. For instance, you got to do a good job, and for instance, and if you don't do a good job, you ain't gonna play. So, for instance, so I really don't know what's the story, what was the reason, has he played, and I was gone through some issues with idiots was breaking into his house. So, for instance, but he needs to, like every other football player, needs to just calm down. You played against the Bulls' best. You played the best side for me in the world at the moment. Okay, other people might dispute that. You're also playing for instance, with the best coach. Okay, and Pep has his flaws just like everybody else, etc. But what's it called? His stats speak for themselves. So anyway, so what this story is, we really don't know. It'll probably come out in the papers. I'm sure some rag media will pick it up and fly with it and slag off Man City to their hilts, to which I'm sure they will. But for me, we'll see how it goes. But a lot of these things are put it down to things what happen in football, things what happen in life. You know, break-ins, people get married, people get divorced. You know, and we've had a fair few of them in Manchester City over the last this season with Jack and Ruben and not Jack and Ruben, yeah, Jack and Ruben and Kyle, for instance, and but you know, these people are living in the real world, okay, on the and yeah, so for instance, and you know, maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. Who knows? I hope it's not, because Jack Grealish was an important part of our treble-winning side. I do believe he's got a lot to offer Manchester City. For instance, I wish he would just go a bit more. What's it called? But for instance, you know, and again, what's it called? You got, you know, you're in a. If you don't get picked, you've got to find out why am I not getting picked and go from that. You know, I said we don't know what it is. We could be something to do with getting picked. Maybe not. I don't know. We don't know. Anyway. So moving on from that, also we heard about Sabio, whatever, what's it called? He's from Girona, for instance, loves Manchester City, wants to play for Man City, or Twat, or whatever it was. Anyway, so for instance, he's now Fabrizio said, you know, he's going to be a Manchester City player next season, which is brilliant. For instance, and let's see what happens. You never know. It could be another Alvarez, so you never know. So, for instance, you know, we get a lot of this. Here we've done this wonder kid, blah blah blah, whatever. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see what happens at the Etihad. You know, to get from here to here, you know, that's the difference. Sometimes you can do it like in other clubs, but Manchester City, you got to go from here to here quite quickly. So let's see what happens. Anyway, so that we got that information before the game. The game lineup was very, very strong. Our strongest lineup for the entire season, and also the bench was incredibly strong. It was really strong. Okay, and his players are going to be happy and not happy, not playing. But again, this is football. There you go. So anyway, so there we go. So the game started. Man City got in the grip with possession. And for instance, even though we peppered their goal, it appears that they've had more. The goalkeeper saved more saves in one game to make Premier League history in one half. I think 9 shots, etc. For instance, and some of the shots were decent, some of the shots were half-hearted. For instance, Guardiola, for instance, who came into a lot of stick, and he should not get stick. He should not. He shouldn't, honestly, because quite honestly, the five guys, his first season at Manchester City, Rodri wasn't perfect. Believe me, mate, come on. For instance, he's playing a position as left back, etc. He's not a left back. He was a centre back, etc. For instance, and he's playing upfield and crossing, and that is not his job. You know, but that's what his job when he was previous what he did. But now, for instance, at the moment, etc. Pep doing this. So, as LB said, and a few others, etc. Good commentators, for instance, said, for instance, you know, this is Pep's doing. So what's it called? So whether we agree or disagree with it, for instance, and when he doesn't do the cross and it's not a De Bruyne cross, etc., you can't slag the guy off. He's not doing, but he's having a go. He's having a chance. He's creating. He's doing things. He's having, you know, he's getting stuck in. And I'd rather have that than a guy, for instance, who's not doing it. So come on, get off his damn back. He's a young player, for instance. And I think, for instance, he's a very young player, even though he looks a lot older, for instance. But he's you know, half decent, and I'm really, really happy for him. You know, for instance, for what he's doing. And so, for instance, keep it up, etc. For instance, I do hope to see you in centre backs. You know, but it's Manchester City. Well, let's see. Again, we're here for the ride, man. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. Anyway, so for instance, and we peppered the goal. The guy was having the goalkeeper. Brentford was having a blinder. I don't know if he was their first goalkeeper or second goalkeeper. Anyway, so there he was. And then they had this one long punt. Tony blocks off Aki. The ball goes down. And Mope, the winding, you know, it's like a Fernandinho, whatever say, Fernando, for instance, of United, etc., rat face, etc. He's like that. Mo. He gets hold of the ball. City was slow to react. People are blaming Guardiola. Shouldn't. Playing Diaz. Maybe the defence was too flat. And then after he goes and scores to the back of the net, make it 1-0. Oh dear. And how the hell can we do this? You do this because, honestly, for instance, you get against a Premier League side. Maybe they've done their homework. Maybe they know more. Maybe, Frank's not a done manager, for instance. You can't just discount. Yes, we're conceding goals, and it's wrong. It really is. But then again, we're so high up, and we're playing so high up, and we leave two at the back, or God knows what, or whatever. And things ain't been perfect all season with defence. Is it going to get any better as we go on? Are we good? We concede against Everton. Yes, but we'll see. Okay, it's my favourite drink. It's not. It's Fanta and Lacao. Lacao is high rice whiskey. I love it. 84 baht. You get a high bottle. I shouldn't be advertised. I don't know what's going to YouTube. It's going to kill me for this. But for instance, honestly, it's really nice. It's really nice. For instance, I drink this more than I drink beer or whatever. It's good. 2 in the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm allowed. Okay, I'm in Thailand for God's sake. This is Thailand. Yeah. For instance, there's no time limit. You drink alcohol over here. Anyway, so I do it because the missus not here. No, it's like she stops me from drinking, etc. She just kind of gives me that. I thought, after all the women I've had, etc., I thought, I want a woman, etc., who understands me. What's she about drinking? She did originally when we were doing the courting thing, etc. Okay, but now, nope, nope. I drink beer. Nope, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She's like the rest of them. Lie. Okay, women lie. Okay. Whatever, you're halfway around the world and God knows what, and whether from the UK, Spain, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, God, where the other countries I've lived in, all of them women do the same thing. Anyway, so women are women. Oh, okay. Anyway, so here I am. I was listening to what's the worst of the game. So for instance, and again, I'm naffed off about the defence, conceding, and then but we're still peppering this goal. I thought one of these chances have got to go in, and then up to the stop put Iniesta. I actually had my hair cut by his barber. For instance, that was the last time I had my hair cut, except by his barber. For instance, before I came out to Thailand, etc. For instance, and he was like, "Oh, I cut Phil Foden's hair last week." I'm like, "You kidding me?" Anyway, so yeah, in Stockport. So yeah, and the Stockport Iniesta, for instance, he come on, playing amazing this season, Phil. Really is. I think he doubts his own capabilities. And he comes along, gets it, and he knocks the ball in the back of the net. For instance, yeah. Then second half, that gets 1-1. Second half, an amazing pass by De Bruyne, knocks it right over to Phil. For instance, I love the header. For instance, we just guys it into the corner of the net, etc. Brilliant, and make it 2-1. And there you go. They had a few more chances. I gotta say, every time the ball went forward to them, it worried me. For instance, ran out of Lacao, whiskey at the time, when it was 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was a bit nervous, but at the end of the day, for instance, we kind of, yeah. For instance, I was really nervous about them going forward, but we ended up, for instance, repelling. Ruben Diaz did an amazing shot. It does worry me, for instance, the defense. They do look, and Eddie was making some crazy moves as well. He's not his comfortable self. We need to get that sorted. I hope they worked on it in Abu Dhabi, for instance, but I don't know. Ruben looks a lot good. Kyle was a lot better. For instance, Kyle, for instance, yeah, he played a lot better. Don't know what happened on that touchline with the Malpai, but he's guy's a bit of a crazy idiot. So, for instance, so yeah, I don't know. Something nothing. Pep just didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. So, for instance, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. So, for instance, that's the thing where I'm going on this. Yeah. And then Nathan, for instance, didn't look his comfortable best. For instance, I would hoping that Pep would have changed it, maybe putting John Stones, etc. Nathan Aki, not Nathan Aki, and Michael Akanji, whatever, just to shove things up a little bit. But didn't have to worry about it because so Phil came back again, and a one-on-one, a nice pass from Haaland to him, and he knocked in the back of the net to make it 3-1. And I thought, yeah, James done, and that was it, and that was the end of them. So yeah, it was enjoyable. For instance, well, and enjoyable it's a City game. So for instance, I was born in the '60s, for God's sake, and yeah, it's my Man City. But overall, for instance, I thought, for instance, we played very, very well. For instance, the team played well. I'd like to see more changes. Doku came on, etc. I want Doku to go a bit. He got the ball, and what worried me about Doku when he got the ball, for instance, he was kind of like got on the ball and he was kind of moving back up. So he would get the ball and he would go down, and nobody would be running down. What's it called? So he'd get it. He would get the ball, say, around about halfway, and run and stop back. And I don't want to see that. I'd rather have him just down the ring, and anybody runs into it, and see if he gets to it. Then he stopped. I remember he did that one time, and then he stopped and checked and played it across to Rodri. Rodri played it across, and then there was an interview. Was moving forward halfway line. I want to see that really. I want to see, if Docker's got the ball, just get down to that goddamn byline. That byline should be your first point of call. Simple as that, and then get it across. And then and I'd rather have the ball down there than the ball in the midfield. I want to do the checking back. Jack Grealish does that a lot a bit at the moment, etc. Don't want him to see. Take on the player, get the ball across. Okay, and and Pep tell everybody just hard and referee just move forward rather don't with the ball, checking back. So, for instance, that was for instance with Doku what I believe did, which was weird because I want to see him. I really does a lot at the moment, except to check back. I don't want to see that. Pep doesn't want for instance, make just keep a hold of the ball, keep a hold of. You never know where somebody else is going to win it. So I'd rather have somebody having a chance and opportunity, and the ball goes up far or something like that, or whatever, rather than actually, and it be on the opposition side rather than the middle. Overall, since on, fancy fan, big up fan in there, so Big Steve, so this gentleman must go, Mr. Man City lads. Cheeseman was down there, what's it called? All the guys on a Monday evening in London, another whatever, how the hell get down there, how they get back. And then it appears that, for instance, we got the fixtures came up March. Again, a lot of stupid trips, stupid time. And I'm going to have to stay up till what time in the morning. Again, in the media. Again, yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it's been about. And if it wasn't here in Thailand, I'd be there on the terrace with you guys, etc. Yeah. But overall, I can't complain. And there's things I worry about the defence. What now we look a bit fragile. So I was looking at a United fan. Saying about how wonderful we were. As a Man City fan, do I see it? Do I don't see it? I don't know. I'm negative. Not all Man City. Look, what did you? And so yeah, so he saw some, because again, for instance, yeah, when you watch Manchester City, we're so complacent now, perfect. I think that's what annoys me most when I listen to LB's channel or Talk City or Big Steve. A lot of fans, one side to the other. That's not nice. It's not nice. Not being, but it's whatever. Okay, and you fall apart and just get rid of drop, sell that. Forgive me, okay? Come on. I've been in this. I'm knocking years old now. This year, for instance, and my son's probably me a lot. old. Hot day again today. To so keep running. I went out to get some Lecale whiskey, and I saw some Falang 37, 38 degrees air temperature. The actually these got me easy 40. Not a runner. I run every second day, 20 odd kilometers. This guy's not a runner. T-shirt off, boop, 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 boop. Crazy. Falang, come over here. Be smart. Don't be an idiot. Anyway, so for instance, so yeah, but overall, I can't complain about the game, about the result. For instance, one of the games, I thought we got two goals back on our goal difference between Liverpool. We're going into Everton on weekend. A decent time, yay! I can watch the game at a decent time. It'll still be 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but to go when the game's watch it, but at least be able to watch it. And I'm not full. It would be later than that, about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, etc. But 8 o'clock, 12:30 kickoff. Anyway, so yeah, but at least be able to, watch it. And yeah. And the missus will be going back till 8 p.m. So for instance, I might be able to watch it without her in. What's it called? But yeah, other than that, for instance, not going to complain too much. We are where we were. Do I feel we're going to win the title? Yes. For instance, I have zero reasons not to feel that. We're reverse football time. We need to do it. Not like in the world. I think they're playing for this. And it's not being disrespectful. It's the fact that what we've done it before. The deal. Yeah, I do fancy it. I just think with the football, the pick up. We can't. And everybody else follows in our wake. So, for instance, but it's been a hell of a weekend of football goals. It was a red goal, one game of football. Just shows you, you know, put down to, nobody, many people talk about 25 goals in one Premier League season, one Premier League weekend. I feel confident. For instance, about the game, and we'll do a little bit more research. Again, the only thing what worries me is defence. I hope Jack's okay. I hope everything's all right. But because you need and again, a football season is a long season. A lot of things go up and down. Players married and divorced. God knows what. They're young guys getting a lot of money. There's a lot of for instance, but but again, for do a good job, and I love them for it. Mm. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, I thought my camera went off. So I'm waffling a bit now. So, but just say thank you very much if you're listening. Um, don't know whether you want to like, subscribe. Who knows? I have no idea. I'll probably talk to you guys before Everton. But it's nice to share my thoughts with you guys. 12,000 kilometers away from me. For instance, I wish we could be there next year's supporting the Manchester City, my favourite club, my the best relationship I've ever had. I've been married and divorced and engaged so many times you would not believe. But one thing I do love is Manchester City, and there's only love for me, and that's Manchester City Football Club. It really is, and give me some highs and lows and smiles and cries. Yeah, throughout my entire and I, for instance, I love you for that. I was Peter Blue, True Blue tie. I'm now here, so for instance, I don't know whether to change that name. I don't want to keep it down. I'm saying True Blue, True Light Blue, but who knows? Anyway, guys, waffling on much. Cows kicking in. Hope you have a lovely day. Hope you have enjoyed the chat. I'm not going to go too much deep into it. I don't think that's a thing. For instance, we'll go way too much into it. I think, for instance, for fans, we've got to kind of like lighten up a little bit. For instance, we've got to show respect for these guys when they do a good job and show, and win the game. And it's all right saying you're going to win it, but you got 90 minutes to win it. For instance, and sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't. And Francis wrote to Francis, I do believe that, Francis, we are a team who knows how to win and do it. And so Francis is doing it. And even it's oh my heart watching Fulham, he wouldn't have it any other way. Anyway, so we're going to enjoy the car. Francis, the sun's beginning to settle. Now it's about half close. So I haven't done my exercises yet. So I have things to do. Anyway, so I'm going to love you and love the boys. Man City, I love you very much. Pep and the guys. Come on out, take care. Don't do anything stupid. If you're going to wear a motorbike, have a motorbike, wear a helmet. Don't you? You have seen too many times over here, and people have accidents all the time. And we're not talking about accidents which could be little graze in your knees and things like that. We're talking severe accidents where you could lose your life. So easy over here. So easy. You're not a macho. Put on a t-shirt. Wear some respect. This is Thailand. It's a Buddhist country. Nobody wants to see your amps. Nobody wants to see your flappy body or your white body, for instance. Nobody wants to see it. Seen it, done it, don't t-shirt. Right here, Thailand, in this complex I'm living in, all time, whatever. Walk around, t-shirts. Boxer shorts. No, not shorts, and that's it. All day. As soon as they leave, okay, jump on the bikes and leave. T-shirts. Okay? It's a Buddhist country. Show some respect for the country. I've just been in 7-Eleven, seen so many bare backs and bums in corner. Blah, blah, blah. Don't want to see it, mate. Honestly, and especially when not on the roads. It's so disrespectful. Show some respect to the country, the culture. Wear a helmet. Don't think you're anything special, please. Okay, because you want to enjoy yourself when you come over here. Have a lovely time. The women don't love you, regardless if they may say it. You don't. I kid you not. They're here for this. Okay? And they look at you as an ATM. Okay? Simple as that. Okay? Just come in, enjoy yourselves, show respect for the country and the culture of the country, and you'll have an amazing time. Otherwise, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.